And also, a man in Faulkner County now awaiting tonight after being found guilty in a kidnapping and murder case there, waiting for his fate. Last week, a jury found Tacori Mackrell guilty on all charges, including capital murder. He took the stand last week and admitted to kidnapping 72-year-old Elvia Fragstein. Alexis Wainwright was in court today. She has more.
The defense started off with medical records that showed cocaine in Mackrell's system at the time of his birth. Attorneys say his mother, Linda Ashford, had a drug problem and had several children taken away from the state, so his father decided to step in. The defense called several of Mackrell's family to the stand. His older sisters talked about Mackrell's father, Henry Mackrell. He was in his 60s when he was growing up, and his sisters felt like Henry was too old to take care of Mackrell. Mr. Mackrell also had been in and out of jail and was charged with manslaughter, among other offenses. Mackrell had several children, and many of them say they didn't know about Tacori until they were older. His family revealed that Tacori later spent time in juvenile and then the Division of Youth Services and several other programs for kids. One of his sisters, Tina McCoy Mitchell, says she thought he needed more discipline and should have stayed in one of the programs he was released from. Some of the other witnesses called to the stand were principals, coaches, and some of the youth program employees that worked with him. They talked about his attitude while growing up and how his parents weren't as involved in his life. Last week during testimony, we heard from Helmut Fragstein, the husband of Elvia. Mr. Fragstein started off in tears and told us how they migrated to the United States because it seemed like the safest place in the world for them to be. Some of Elvia's children and grandchildren also talked about things that she loved and the impact that her death had on their life.
Alexis Wainwright reporting. The punishment for capital murder, life in prison or death. We'll let you know what comes out of this trial.